If you're thinking about starting your own business, or if you're like many of the people on our channel who are looking for ways to turn their podcast into a business, then you know that you've got your work cut out for you. You've got a lot to learn. There are many stages to starting a business and many skills that you need to employ. In addition to your inner researcher and student, you'll also need to harness the power of your organizer and manager. And I know there's a tiny accountant that lives inside of all of us. You'll need to settle on a product or service that you plan to sell and then validate that idea and find where the market for that product or service is and learn as much as you can about that marketplace. And as you move closer to launching your product and service, the daunting reality sets in that you're gonna need to find a way to stand out in your marketplace. You're gonna have to create content, a whole lot of content. The more intentional and strategic you can be with your content creation, the better. Especially because creating content takes time, a whole lot of time, especially if you're new to it. And as the name suggests, creating content is a creative process, and you can really divide the process into different skill sets: design, video, audio, photography, and writing. If you already have experience in any one of these areas, then you're way ahead of the game, and you already have a lot that you can piggyback off of. In fact, each one of these areas leads perfectly into one another. And as I've already mentioned, if you're like many of our podskis and you're already podcasting, then the audio part is already in the bag for you, and you can get cooking immediately. But what if you're brand new? What if you're the type of person who thinks you don't have a creative bone anywhere in your body? Well, I would first argue that you're being too hard on yourself and say that all humans are innately creative and that you're way more creative and imaginative than you give yourself credit for, and to stop doing that. Stop reading that same script to yourself and start reading a new script. A script where you are exceptionally creative. You are a content creation wizard. But no, really, Steve, I have no idea where to start creating content, let alone creating content for my business. Well then, this video is for you. We are gonna break down 4 of these creative skills in this video, and I'm gonna tell you exactly how you can get started with each, and which one of them is the easiest and most efficient. We got a lot to learn, so we better get started. Hey, welcome back to the Pod Sound School, where we help you add assets to your digital enterprise by teaching real life skills. If you need some help succeeding online, that's why we're here, so remember to subscribe and like this video so you can more easily stay in the loop. So, we agree. We're creatives now. We're excited to emerge into the creators economy and stand out as authorities and go-to personalities in our specific marketplace. Good. So let's talk about the 4 skill sets. We'll start with the easiest and cheapest one to get started and advance into the more difficult ones to learn and the more expensive ones to implement. By far, the easiest of these creative skills to start with is audio. And the easiest way to start creating audio and distributing audio content is by starting a podcast. Well, you are on the right channel for that because podcasting is our bag. Starting a podcast is very cheap to do and can be started in some cases for free. Although the free options are a good way to practice and get your feet wet, you'll need to upgrade quickly to using a decent microphone and some computer software. And when it comes to what you'll have to learn technically to start recording and editing and distributing audio, the learning curve when compared to the next skill sets on the list is teeny. It's easy to record audio into your computer and make a few edits and add some music. The less easy part is coming up with the concept for your show or incorporating storytelling elements or intrigue for your listeners, developing a confident podcast voice, and the basic show development type stuff. But as many of our podskis have shared with us, you don't have to have everything figured out to start with. The barrier for entry is really low, and the intimidation factor is very low, and the fun level is high. The other great thing about podcasting is that it is completely open to your creativity and your schedule. You don't have to put out an episode every week. You can interview people or you can do it solo. Podcasts are an incredible connection and networking and communication tools. They foster deep relationships and conversations with communities. And they are also a very quick way to gain notoriety online, especially when they are produced and packaged professionally. And yes, you'll have to dedicate a bunch of time to learning the ins and outs in podcasting. But You have us here to teach you all the little nuances. We have most of your podcasting questions covered here on our channel, so definitely stay in touch and subscribe. We also have a great full online training to get you up and running with show development and launching your podcast. Registration for that is open. You can find that by going to podcastingsmart.com. The last thing I'll say about podcasting is that it has a built-in natural progression into the other skill sets on our list. The first of those is number 2 for this video, and that is design, or more specifically, graphic design. And the first reason for this is the fact that you're gonna need some cover art for your podcast. So you're already going to need to start thinking in terms of design. Color, fonts, images, symbols, composition, etc. And of course, this also goes into number 3 on the list, which we'll get into in a minute, which is photography, because there's a very good chance that you may want your photo on your podcast cover. But hold on, let's talk about number 2, design. You know, this one might actually be the easiest one to get started with. And that's because of one of my favorite tools for creatives, and that's Canva. We talk about Canva a lot on this channel. We have Canva tutorials and videos, and it's because Canva is just awesome. It comes ready with endless templates and designs already designed by contributing artists that you can make simple adjustments to when you're learning. And then after you've learned a lot, you can build your own designs from scratch. And this is where having a podcast can really help graphic designing because it gives you content to repurpose. You're gonna have many episodes about interesting subtopics inside the big topic of your niche or your marketplace. Episodes that are of particular interest to those who you imagine would be ideal customers of your new services and products. So each of these episodes can easily be split up into different graphics and images. You can create videos and images for any social media platform within minutes and even post it to those platforms from Canva. You can take interesting little tidbits of information that you cover in the episode and split it up into tons of different types of posts for different platforms. And now, once you have these 2 skill sets in the bag, or you're at least comfortable dabbling with them, you're ready to really pick some content butt by adding number 3, and that's photography. Oh, hello, Instagram. Oh, hello, sleek-looking website. Oh, hello, amazing product photos or behind-the-scenes service footage that I don't have to pay someone for. Smartphones make this skill a no-brainer. But then, how come when everybody and their grandma has a smartphone, then not everyone is able to take great photos with those sweet new built-in cameras? Well, that's because there's a lot to learn. Good photos require a basic understanding of how cameras and lenses work, composition and image balance, lighting, and touching up or processing the photos after the fact. Yep, more stuff to learn. But you're on a roll now, and remember our new script. We are unstoppable. We are creative wizards. We love learning new things. Bring on the learning. And what's so cool at this point is that all of these skills will naturally merge into perfect harmony with the last skill set on our list, number 4, video. Now, all of the difficult aspects of shooting video have already been learned. And those are sound, composition, lighting, understanding of cameras, and editing. Yes, editing, because editing video is strikingly similar to editing audio. Once you're a whiz editing audio, it doesn't take very long to transfer that whizness, the ness of whizziness, to transfer that whizness over to video editing. But here, with these last 2 points, you'll probably need to invest in some lighting, some scene backdrops, cameras, and lenses, but these investments can be gradual. And lighting has become insanely affordable, and there are many thriving content creators who mostly use their smartphones. So don't get fixated on having the most professional sound and images right from the beginning. Once you have done your research and validated the idea you have for your business, start producing content immediately. You don't have to start with a podcast. There are no hard and fast rules. Remember, it's creative. We're creatives. And with creativity comes fun and spontaneity and imagination and joy. The more you can find joy in the daunting tasks and the learning and the discipline, the more you'll soar to places online you never dreamed of. This is absolutely the most exciting time to be alive, and all of us have so many more opportunities than we have ever had before. So don't sleep on your dreams. Bring them into your waking reality. And of course, we are here to help you along the way. We try our hardest to respond to every comment on our channel. So make sure to leave a comment below. And if I miss it, leave 2. I want to learn about your new biz, and I'm excited that I get to collaborate with you in this crazy new space. And I'm so grateful that you checked in on this video and that you're still watching. Thank you. And remember, we've got a free online training you can register for by going to podcastingsmart.com. Good luck, and we'll catch you on the next video.